I don't know. I get a lot of junk mail, so wow, I didn't even see your name, Alima, in it, so I didn't even know. Oh well, it'll probably pop up when I don't want it. How about
Yeah.
that?
Link tapas.
So what's good? What's good?
Oh, so everything's so great. Thank you for doing this.
Sure. Not a problem. Hold on. What am I?
That's great.
A couple
Uh,
things here. Oh, there it
can
is.
can I record our talk?
Yeah, you can. You know.
Recording in progress.
Okay, that's dope. So, uh, I'm gonna tell you why I'm doing this.
Okay.
So yeah, this is the series of interview I'm doing for Kazakhstan people about people, the real dancers, musicians, DJs who doing this hip hop community for today,
Uh-huh.
all their life, and I want to show those people how you really live all your life
Oh,
doing
nice.
this. Yeah,
That's very nice.
yeah,
That's
and
nice.
I really can tell you how I'm happy to do this interview with you because I watched so many documentaries and interviews with you, and I'm just thank you.
Oh, okay. That's very nice. That's very nice. Very nice.
Okay, so you ready?
Yeah, fire away.
Yeah, great. Uh, how are you doing today, Archie?
Oh, I'm good. I mean, it's cold out here, but you know, I myself am doing good.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's dope. And can you tell me where you from, your full name, and what is this that you do?
Well, I'm Archie Burnett. I would like to say that I lovingly call myself the dancing dinosaur because usually at my age, nobody. There's a rumor that after 25 you don't dance anymore, and that's just not true. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm a dancer. Period. You
Yes.
know, people see me in certain boxes, but everything that I do is part of my dance DNA. So from the time that I was little to now. So that kind of wraps it up in a nutshell. A
Mm-hmm.
lifetime journey. Yeah.
Okay. Have you accomplished all the things that you want to accomplish in your life?
You know, I don't know if that's honestly, that wasn't even a question in my head because when you're on a journey, sometimes people have goals. Sometimes they have you know things they discover along the way, and it's really interesting. I only have one thing left that I need to do, and it has nothing to do with dance.
All right.
Yeah, it's to restore my mother's home.
Oh, okay. Oh, thank you for sharing.
Yeah, yeah. There's one thing left. Hmm.
Okay. Next question is about what can hip hop culture teach?
Okay, see now, that's I won't say that's a loaded question because I wouldn't call it. Well, no, you're specifically talking about hip hop culture.
Yeah.
In my terms, I would equate that to dance culture, meaning dance culture from actual the people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, um, dance is a reflection of life to begin with. Within dance there are stories. Within dance there's history. Within dance there's believe it or not, there's certain etiquettes in dance that teach. You know, um, dance is just a reflection of life,
Okay.
really.
Yeah.
So dance teaches more than just a visual. Oh, a person's just shaking that ass and making it work. It teaches a little bit more than that.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, think about it. Think about it. I mean, you guys for hip hop, that's your meet and greet. That's that's the voice of the young people when they, want to expend energy or let's say get to know each other. I mean, for me, back in the day, it was the club was the meet and greet. For you guys, it's the battle. So, you know, and I think there's a little missing link there because it's all about the social. And how do you learn about somebody else unless they're in the room with you? So, you know, dance is a big teacher.
Yes. In one of your interviews, you said that your like today's generation really learning more from battles, and it was your job to like
Yeah, it's my job to connect the dots because, battle culture occurred in hip hop, with b-boys and b-girls and that of that sort. But in a sense, okay, not to read people, but the truth is, it was a bit lazy because here's the thing. In order for you guys to have these events and to be exposed to these things, you guys put it under the umbrella of a battle, which is basically a hip hop culture. But a lot of these dances, well, I won't say a lot, I'll say some of them, they're not battle dances. So why would you call it a battle? When you misinterpret something, it gives the wrong impression of something. For instance, whacking is not a battle dance. It's not. That's a social dance. It's not a battle dance,
yeah,
which can have performance,
yes,
But I see all the time whacking battle, so and so battle, so and so battle. These things were dance contests. They were not battles.
right.
I mean, to me, there's a lot that's said in an English word because in Kazakhstan, you guys speak what language?
Russian and Kazakh.
Russian and Kazakh. In English, there's a word for everything. I don't know if that's the same in your language because, like, some languages, there are like a group of words that may be specific for one thing,
Yeah,
But in English, usually there's a specific one word for everything.
everything.
And when you blur that word, meaning when you take it in a broader sense, the real idea of what that thing was is lost. So now you're under a different impression. I don't know, I'm pretty sure your language probably has that also, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
So it is important to know context, So
Yeah.
that's a good thing while you're doing this. But it's important to know context in anything. Because if you don't know the reason behind why something is done, your interpretation of it might be totally wrong.
Yeah.
But if you know the inspiration behind why something is done, the way you interpret it will still be connected correctly. You'll do it the way that you do, but the language will be clear.
that's dope. Thank you. So, what is our job now?
Your job, honestly, is to be present, to look deeper, and to realize that the social is very important. This is what I mean.
Yeah,
You can never blame anybody for their beginning, meaning what turns them on to dance, what turns them on to sports. You can't blame them for that. But what you can blame them for is if they say that that's all there is and they choose to stay there and not go deeper to find out what is this thing that I love or what is this thing that I got tuned on to. When I was a kid, I loved music. Man, I love it. Why do I love it? Well, I love it because it physically does something to me. It physically puts me in a euphoric state. It's something that's a physical thing that happens to what I hear.
yeah,
Then it turns into an emotional thing that happens when I hear it. That's really nailing why you do what you do and why you hear what you hear and move the way you do and blah, blah, blah. Your job as young people is supposed to analyze the time that you're living in and use that. No, better yet, analyze the time you're living in and stay connected to everything around you. You know, it's about the social.
Yes.
It's not about the we. It's not about the me. It's about the we.
We.
You know?
Yes. Oh, great. Thank you. So, what is the worst trouble you've been during your career?
Say that again?
What is the worst trouble you've been during your career?
Oh. Wow. The worst trouble I've had. I'm going to have to think about that because I don't kind of deal in things that give me trouble. Really. I mean, really, honestly, until I started teaching, I didn't know that the dance world was crazy. I didn't know that.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
this one's bugging out, that one's bugging out. This one say you ain't this, and you say, oof, please. You know, that's infantile. You know, but I get it. You know, in my time, let's put it this way: in my time, this never could have happened. Meaning, kids never could have lived off of dance in a sense of owning businesses and driving cars and raising children, owning houses, just on the income that you get from doing a street dance. That was impossible. Impossible. So your generation or the generation above you, they did something we couldn't do. They made all of these things institutions. It's always been a war between classical institutions and supposed street dance because they've always, oh, that's not real dance. That's not, you know, there's no training in that. But the truth is, there may be even more training in that where these kids are running out there, spinning on their heads, spending all these hours trying to perfect something that they love. Where in my time, still trying to do that, there was no money that was going to come from that at all. Right. You do it because you love it, you know? And honestly, I think that's something that kids need to connect back to. Why do you do what you do? Because trust me, ain't nobody going to get rich off this shit. Nobody.
Nobody.
So you do it because you love it.
Right.
Yeah. And if you operate from the least common denominator, that means the thing that makes you happy.
Yes.
Anything from that is a win-win. For instance, yo man, I went to the battle because, you know, I just wanted to see and be around the energy. That's a win. Yo, I went to the battle. Oh my goodness, I entered the battle. I didn't win, but yo, I was in the battle. That's a win.
Right.
Yo, I entered the battle. Oh shoot, I won? Wow, I didn't expect that. That's a win. So here's the thing Bravo says, which is the most beautiful sentence in the world.
Okay.
Just be happy that you are in the room. If that's the least common denominator that you have, anything from there is a win-win. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
But these kids, man, some people, oh, well, they get pissed off they don't win. Yo, I was better than so-and-so. Excuse me? When you involve politics and all this other stuff in dance, then it becomes this whole other animal that's disgusting. You know?
Yes.
When you're there and you're dancing to music, the only relationship you should be worried about is the relationship that you're having with that music. Now, obviously, if you put yourself in a contest to be judged winner, loser, it's all about perception. You know? These kids are like, oh my goodness, I want to, you know, I got to wait for the crowd to go, whoa. And people have heard me say this before.
Yes.
I could shit on the floor and the crowd will go, whoa. Audiences don't necessarily know what they're looking at. All they want to do is be entertained.
Yes.
So, duh, you know, you know, why would you, quote unquote, just do anything for the audience's attention when you're in a specific arena that's calling for something specific, but yet you're so worried about them? The issue is you come first. You and that music come first. The judges don't matter. The audience doesn't matter. It's you, that music, and what you're allowing it to do to you. That's my job. My job is to make sure to connect those dots for those kids to realize it's all about perception. So what, you have your battle. Some people say, yeah, well, a battle makes you better. A battle makes you better. Let me explain something. If you're always concerned about the win, then that means there's always somebody that's going to be younger, stronger, more beautiful, more muscular, faster, more intense than you. What is going to happen when that person shows up to your door and you're defined only by the win? And if you don't win, you'll be like, I'm going to cut my wrist. That's stupid.
Right.
I don't know if you understood that in English, but basically what I'm saying is that you have to value your journey over a dumb win.
Yes.
Because there's going to be a time where you're not going to win.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that you're in the game is a win alone. Look, I'm 63 and I'm still shaking that ass. That's a win.
Yeah. Wow.
And honestly, I'm going to say bravo. I never lost a battle to myself.
Mm-hmm.
Duh. But everybody's looking for this recognition, that recognition, that recognition, that recognition. My life was just my life. It's your generation and the other generations that gave it a recognition. Whether you did or not, I would still be doing what I'm doing. It's my life, So, all that to say, to answer that question.
Yeah. You answered like 4 following questions.
All right.
Thank you. How did you meet Bravo?
Oh, he's my brother. There's a funny story with him.
Okay.
So there was a club in Brooklyn called the Ozone Layer. He's going to be so upset when I tell him this story. The Ozone Layer. So, it was on Flatbush Avenue off of Caton in Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
So, as I'm going to this club, I see this guy that got another guy like this pinned up against the wall saying, yo, man, where's my money? And it was Bravo.
Oh.
And as I passed by him, he just switched it. He's like, yo, man, where's my money? And I passed him, he goes, hey, how you doing? Yo, man, where's my money? And I went, okay. So we go in the club, and this is when I had Breed of Motion and my dance group. And it was Steven, Javier, myself. Mm-hmm. I think we had, Steven, Javier, myself, and Willie at the time.
Yeah.
And we did a piece called Shma Shma, which is something I choreographed. Okay. Actually, all of us put bits in that, Shma Shma. And it was done to a song by Matt Bianco called The Other Side. So the funny thing was, Bravo had come into the club afterwards, and he saw that piece. And he ran home to get a 45, his 45 of Peggy Lee's Fever. They go, you give me fever, fever when you hold me tight. So he ran home, he got that, and immediately, and this is David Morales' spot, because this is where David Morales used to play. And he asked David to play it. And he was so inspired by what we did. Yeah. He went and did a solo piece, Fever. And we were like, yo, that was dope. Because in those days, you just don't go to the party for an hour. You stay till it closes. And these were after hours. They closed like 1 o'clock the next day, So we open at midnight, close 1 o'clock next day. But Ozone Layer opened at 10. And it did close something like 6 a.m., 5 a.m., that kind of thing. Okay. So that's how I met Bravo. Okay. And we've been friends ever since. I mean, he's my brother, so there you go.
Wow, that's dope. I'm just overwhelming with what you're saying. Okay.
And his feet are on fire. Bravo's feet are on fire.
Yes. What is your dream for hip-hop? Or should I say for funk?
Funk? Well, see, here's the thing. I do think, I know in your time you have all these different categorical labels, Yeah. Hip-hop, funk, crump, It doesn't matter necessarily the emphasis on the genre of music, because music is always number one, right? The byproduct of music is dance, the physicality of it.
Yeah.
So, my wish for young people in general is to stay connected to that thing that you do. Just don't dance for dancing's sake or create for creating's sake just to say, look, I made X amount of combinations. Wow. No. No, it has to have a real meaning to who you are and how you're living and what you're going through. And dance is only real when you connect your emotional, physical state to that physical thing, the dance itself. So I would like to see less faking it
Yeah.
and more living it.
Okay.
And that would only be because, peer pressure is a mofo. Your generation, you rate each other because of this, that, and the other. You got social media is the demon. It could be a blessing too, but, it has this one against this one, or commenting about, well, I need to get more likes to be relevant. Well, I'm here to tell, and anybody who knows me will tell you this. I say this all the time. I'm here to tell you that you're good enough. You don't need 1,000. I don't have millions of followers. What is that? Really? Nah. The thing is, you need to believe in your journey, and your journey is very individual, and it's valid only if you pay attention in class. Life is class. Pay attention.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah. Sorry, what?
no, I said that's it.
Okay. If you could explain the emotion that dance gives you, how would you explain that?
Well, it's euphoric. I think through dance, emotion can fuel your movement, which emotion has, to me, that's the only way to go. Your emotion fuels your movement, because if you're just moving for moving's sake, that's like learning a sport. That's a sport. It's not dance anymore. You become an athlete. Dancers are athletes, but the mindset is different.
Right.
Mostly athletes, they fulfill a task, and the task is either to get the ball here or to do it's a specific job set that says, okay, I'm going to be good at achieving this. And even if you ask some athletes, originally it's the love for the game, and then the next minute it becomes an emotional thing for them, for the game.
Yeah.
So in that regard, they do kind of correlate with each other. And once you make the emotional connection to the thing that you love, everything changes. That's why athletes, when they lose, they cry, they get upset, they break shit, some of them,
Yes.
But it's the same thing with dance, Once you make the emotional connection to what you do, then you can really grow,
Yeah.
But if you're just doing a 5, 6, 7, 8 and think, okay, I learned this combination today, let me learn the next one. You're learning a skill. You're not learning a dance.
Right. Okay. Thank you. And what kind of support did help you on improve your skills as a dancer?
Well, it definitely wasn't my parents, because that was not something that they were into. No, or at least if they were, they never showed me,
Yes.
I think support comes from different sources. In my lifetime, I was lucky to have spaces that were underground clubs that you can grow naturally. And that takes a certain amount of years to grow naturally. I do remember when I was 12, my mom figured, since I was dancing around the house, since I danced ever since I was 3,
Yeah.
to put me in ballet. So she put me in ballet for maybe like 6 months.
Yeah.
It was a little costly thing, and I didn't really understand the discipline, and, kids are kind of cruel, they tease you, sissy, all that kind of shit. So, it wasn't, I didn't have the strength enough to believe in my journey at that age. Because I do think now parents are a lot smarter how they empower their children. Some kids are empowered from little.
Yeah.
My parents weren't like that. They were very like, well, children are children.
Yeah.
adults are adults. It was very old world, old school. So you kind of find things out on your own, you know? I mean, they would give you some information, but the other stuff, they wouldn't really pay attention to because, I don't know, maybe having kids was just overwhelming to begin with. You know, there's a lot involved in raising a kid, especially two boys, you know. But it occurred to me that, you know, once a woman has a child, she walks every day with fear. It never occurred to me. Think about that. Are they going to be okay? You know, are they going to get sick? You know, are they going to live a good life? You know?
This is how I feel
And
about
yeah.
our generation parents.
Say again?
This is how I feel about my generation parents.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah.
Yeah. They walk every day with fear. And, you know, and you don't realize that until either you sit down and think about it or have a child of your own and then you go, oh, shoot. Wow, I get it. It's something so alien, but yet so simple in front of you. You don't know. So I commend parents who want to be part of their child's journey in whatever that thing is that they love. But mine weren't. I think towards the end, she understood, well, you know, I wasn't going to change, you know. But, you know, maybe that part of the personality, this kind of, you know, headbutting, you know, you love what you love when you love it. That means whether it's music, whether it's a person, whether it's the lifestyle, you love what you love,
Yes.
you know. So I have a general rule, if it's not hurting, killing, or harming anybody, what's wrong with it? You know?
Yes.
So the very live and let live kind of thing, you know? So, yeah. Yeah, it's that kind of journey.
And support.
Yeah, because, you know, now that's parental. When you don't get a particular thing from your family, you look for it in outside sources. That's why they say, you know, like the club scene, that's my extended family. Because in that scene, I learned a lot. In that scene, I was raised. I was raised with a certain part at home. You know, the family values, maybe some traditions or something like that. And, you know, and then you pick and choose as you get older. Well, yeah, that works. Or, oh, no, that doesn't work. That kind of thing. But when you in the scene, you can pick and choose your environment. You can pick and choose the people that you want in your life. You can pick and choose what you admire. You can pick and choose what you say, I'm not doing that. You know?
Yes.
So it takes a village, really, to raise a kid.
Yes.
You know? And I was lucky to know that I had a dance community, even still till today, a dance community that helped shape and raise me.
Yes.
Even the younger generation is shaping me and raising me.
Okay.
You know? The journey doesn't end, you know?
Doesn't
You
end,
know,
right?
it
Yeah.
keeps going. Unless I physically say, you know what, I'm not going to dance anymore, blah, 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 for whatever traumatic reason. But it's that part of my life. It's not going to go anywhere. And even let's say if I can't dance anymore, like I said in the interview, you know, I'll just remember. And if I have dementia and I can't remember, well, then again, I don't remember. If I can't remember, then I'm not missing anything anyway.
Right.
It's all about perception.
Right.
There you go.
Right. Archie, thank you so much for your time. That was my last question, and I'm super happy and super fulfilled with what you just said.
Well, I hope it helps. I hope it helps because, you know, it's a lot simpler than you think, you know? You know, so tell your generation, stop complicating shit, you know? You know, really, stop complicating shit. Just go to the core of what that thing is, and you'll be good, you know? You know, because you're going to go all around the world and come back to square one, you know?
Yes.
Music is square one. Music is the key. Without music, you're just moving.
And love.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you. You just made this day, actually, really.
Well, very good, very good. You know, how's it over there in Kazakhstan? Is it cold? No.
Yeah, is it cold? It's cold there, like especially in the north. I don't know if you've been in Astana.
No,
Oh
no.
yeah, it's
Mm-mm.
really cold. Like it's storm, snowing storm.
Oh my goodness. I
Yeah.
mean, the most Russian I got is Minyaza Futasha.
Okay.
Surprised you, didn't
Yeah.
you?
And
Yeah.
yeah, this year it was some meetings in the beginning of year. It was like really surprisingly, and all government just changed. So, and I was here, but and my family and friends, they're all good.
Oh, good,
Yeah.
good, good. Okay.
So,
Well, this is good. Keep it going over there, Lima. Keep it going because
sure.
it should be fun. And here's the thing. Um, Life is too short for little beefs and this, that, and the other. So, you know, I would suggest the more people socialize together, the less that will be an issue.
Mm. The
You
more
know,
people will socialize together, the less what?
the less beefing with somebody
Yeah.
will be an issue.
Oh, okay.
Because usually beefs either start because either one person either misunderstood something or somebody intentionally did something. But when you come down to the square one, why you do what you do,
Mm-hmm.
it's got nothing to do with the beef. If it's a thing that you love, that you're physically manifesting through your body,
Mm-hmm. Right.
what does that have to do with somebody who doesn't like your name or what have you?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. So just keep it simple. KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Keep it simple.
Dope. Okay, I'm gonna stop recording.